Shalom Yasha. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, the honors to our apostles and elders and great millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this great gospel in sincerity and truth. It's your brother Tyson Kai from Great Millstone, Indianapolis, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. We got an article here from Al Jazeera. It reads, which countries have reported new variants of the Crown Royale 19? And it reads, three new variants of the Crown Royale have been detected in recent weeks, spreading to at least 13 countries worldwide. And so just get into the article. It came out December 26, 2020, year of prophecy. It reads, three new variants of Crown Royale 19 have been detected in recent weeks, leading to increased vigilance across the world as officials say a variant found in the United Kingdom could be up to 70% more transmissible. However, none of the variants so far have been found to be more fatal or more likely to be able to evade vaccines or treatments. A new variant was first reported in the United Kingdom on December 14th, named VUI 2012 or 1. The first variant under investigation in December 2020, it is thought to have first appeared in mid-September. It says, referred to by some experts as the B117 lineage, this has rapidly become the dominant strain in the case of the Crown Royale 19 in many parts of the United Kingdom. Last week, South Africa reported another new strain which appears to have mutated further than the UK variant, known as 501.V2. This variant is dominant among new confirmed infections in South Africa. On December 24th, the head of Africa's disease control body said another Crown Royale 19 strain known as P681H was identified in Nigeria. It is of a separate lineage from the other mutations, but does not seem to be spreading as fast as the other two new variants. So, hey, as we see, man, these plagues, they starting to, like I said, mutate, multiply. Hey, man, never know. Like I said, they probably could have, if, like I said, however it may happen, if these were creator or it's the Lord, bringing new plagues, and hey, it seems like they're definitely losing control of it. And it reads, below is a list of countries which have so far reported cases of the new strains of Crown Royale. It reads Australia. On December 21st, Australian health officials said two people traveling from the UK arrived in the country with the new strain. Denmark. The World Health Organization reported that 9 cases of a new variant were detected in Denmark. Canada. Health officials in the Canadian province of Ontario on December 26 reported the country's first 2 cases of Crown Royale 19 variant first discovered in the UK. The cases are a couple in Durham, a region east of Toronto, with no known travel history, exposure, or high-risk contacts, the province said. They are in self-isolations. So like I said, they just caught this out of nowhere, didn't even travel anywhere. So I mean, hey man, take that for what it's worth. It's so more so for them to push those vaccinations. So I say, France. On December 25th, France detected its first case of a new variant in a French national who returned from the British capital on December 19th. He had no symptoms and was quarantined in his home in the central city of Tours. Italy. On December 23rd, Italy registered the second case of a new strain of the novel Crown Royale near the central town of Ancona. But the patient had no direct contact with the UK where the variant first emerged. You see, so these things just start popping up out of nowhere, so like I said, whether they lost control or something, or hey, this Yahweh Shemel Shah, he forming a new thing. So it reads, laboratory director Stefano Menzo told Italian news agency ANSA that it was not the strain first detected in the UK. The country had already detected the new Crown Royale 19 strain on December 20th in a person who recently arrived from the UK. The patient landed at Rome's, Fiumicino airport and is now in quarantine. Japan. On December 25th, Japan reported its first five cases of the fast spreading variant in passengers arriving from the UK. Lebanon. In Lebanon, the country's caretaker health minister said on December 25th that a case of the new variant was detected on the flight arriving from London. The Middle East Airlines Flight 202 arrived on December 21st. Hamad Hassan said, urging all passengers on the flight and their families to take precautionary measures. The Netherlands. On December 22nd, Dutch Health Minister Hugo de Jangi, or whatever, said the new variant identified in the UK was found in two cases in the Amsterdam area. Nigeria. On December 24th, the head of the Africa's Disease Control Body said a new variant of the new Crown Royal emerged in Nigeria. The variant was found in two patient samples collected on August 3rd and on October 9th in Nigeria's Osun State, according to a working research paper seen by the Associated Press news agency. Singapore. Singapore confirmed on December 24th its first case of the new Crown Royal variant found in the UK. Among the 31 Crown Royal 19 patients who arrived between November 17th and December 17th, one was confirmed as carrying the B117 strain, while 11 others were found affected preliminarily, and their confirmatory results are pending, Singapore's health minister said. Spain. Spain reported its first four cases of the new variant on December 26th. All four infections were related to travel to the UK. The regional deputy health chief, Antonio Zapatero, said. There are three other suspected cases of the Crown Royal variant, but the results of tests will only be available on Tuesday or Wednesday, Zapatero said. South Africa. South Africa last week reported a new Crown Royal 19 strain, which appears to have mutated further than the UK variant. So, like if I repeat myself, it has made its way to several countries, including the UK, known as the 501 .v2. This variant is dominant among new confirmed infections in South Africa and appears to be more infectious than the original V. Just say that. Well, let's say Iris. According to health officials and scientists leading the country's Iris strategy. Sweden. The new variant of the Crown Royal circulating in the UK was detected in Sweden after a traveler from the UK fell ill on arrival and tested positive for it, the Swedish health agency said on December 26th. Health agency official Sarah Byfors told a news conference the traveler, who was not identified, had kept isolated after arrival in Sweden, and that no further positive cases had so far been detected. It says United Kingdom. On December 14th, Health Secretary Matt Hancock said more than 1,000 cases of a new variant of the Crown Royal have been found, predominantly in the south of England. On December 23rd, Hancock said the country found two cases of yet another new Crown Royal variant linked to South Africa. Both are contacts of cases who have traveled from South Africa over the past few weeks, Hancock told a media briefing. And hey, we and Lord willing, more cases, spread up across the world, because we understand that this is related to prophecy. So without further ado, we just go get into these scriptures that we should all be familiar with right now. Because like I said, we in a time of pushing prophecy. So this is I can start at verse 9. This is Luke chapter 21, verse 9. When we shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified. And which we have been hearing about those in the past. Pretty much, actually, like I said, there's been I want to say yesterday, Israel has sent airstrikes to Gaza. Also you had the assassinations among the Iranian people. Blame going on Israel, and so forth and so on. So we have been hearing of wars and commotions. Be not terrified. Also the war games that these other countries are conducting with their allies and so forth and so on. So these things have been going on. But it says what? Be not terrified. So when you hear these things, don't be terrified. For these things must, so they have to, they will first come to pass. But the end is not by and by. But so even with these going on, we understand that this is the beginning of sorrow. So this is not the end when we start to see these things. Verse 10. So what will it say? Things to come. So these are things that's to come. It says, verse 10, then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Again, we've been seeing that even on the military standpoint, or war standpoint, political standpoint, financial standpoint, all fronts, like I said, whether it's in regards of like sanctions and the actual wars, proxy wars, so forth and so on, we have been seeing nation rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. And ultimately, we know that's going to lead into, one of those the one of the last prophecies, the final, it's a couple more that that we're hastening the day for, and that's going into World War III. And so verse 11, it says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, right? So we know earthquakes have been going on everywhere, famines, lack of bread, lack of food, lack of water, so forth and so on, and pestilences. Now, real quick, let's go into this term, pestilences.
Strong's G 3061. Loimas. Loimas.
So go back to the Greek word loimas, and which is what? A plague. Literally the disease, or figuratively a pest, a pestilence. Pestilence, a pestilence, fellow, pest, plague. So what's going on right now with this pandemic is, this is a plague, that's, hitting the world. You know, Pretty much like I say it's worldwide. And so we understand that's part of prophecy. So these things that we look forward to, we don't be dismayed by it or confused or confounded. Hey, we give all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai for bringing these things to pass. Because like he said, he shall, his word shall prosper wherever he shall send it, roughly paraphrasing. So like I said, also say that he's not a man that he should lie. So if he say he going to send these things, by all means, watch ye therefore and pray. Because we understand that it's going to happen. And it says, and fearful sights, fearful sights, hey, just recently, that explosion that happened in Nashville, that was a fearful sight. So, of course, we're going to see other fearful sights where it's going into, like, mass death, just a lot of things that the human eye, like I said, has never seen. Like, me personally, I've never seen a rocket hit anywhere, personally, and all these and things. So, fearful sights, things that won't be explainable is going to happen, in the near future. And it say, and great signs shall there be from heaven. And we've been experiencing that. We've been seeing, chariot sightings everywhere. We've been seeing, they just had a little conjunction, we've been seeing, what else? Yeah, like a conjunction between, Jupiter and Saturn. A lot of things. Eclipses, whether it be solar or lunar, partial, full, so forth and so on. So, we understand that these things are to come to pass, Those are great signs in heaven. So we understand that, like I said, the Lord, he's moving on his word. He's fulfilling his promises, He said these things all shall come to pass, and they have been, and it's beautiful, So moving on from here, because of course, like I said, I want to make this, too long. Pretty much want to just hit the points. Now, like I said, we went into that word plagues, which, like I said, is lomois, going back into the Greek. And it says what? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Right? So we understand like this current plague that's going on. Hey, slack. When something is slack, that means it's like how can I put it? Like, if you have like a strap or something, you need more slackness, and that means it's become more loose. So the opposite of something being loose is tighten, tightening up. So in this case, like I said, these plays, they're not dying down. They're becoming more strenuous. They're like I said, there's more variance. So like I said, they draw nigh. And they are not slack. And this is gonna go and explain. Verse 38, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains. See, great pains, right? Compass her womb. Which pains, when the child coming forth, they slack not a moment. So like I said, the Lord, he's not going to let up. when it comes to these plagues, these pestilences, these, famines, all the things that he said that shall come to pass. He's not going to, like I said, he's not going to hold up. He's not going to take it easy. He's going to continue to, apply pressure, as we would say, like they say in the world. So like I said, yeah, they slack not a moment. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he ain't going to, hey man, you ain't going to be able to breathe in the days to come, And it says what? Verse 39. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. So, like you're saying, these plagues, these things that's going to come to pass, man, they're not going to be slack. They're not going to be a light thing. Like I said, it's going to be very strenuous, And, like I said, it's going to be, hey, man, like I said, it's going to bring a lot of anguish, a lot of contempt, a lot of perplexity. That's what the Lord's about to bring here. It says, so again, even so, shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn. It's not the people mourning. Now we understand that the wicked beareth rule, so that's the main reason why the earth is mourning. But in this concept of this actual lesson, it's not the world mourning, because of this pandemic, because of the Crown Royale. People getting tired of having to, wear a mask, go everywhere looking all goofy and bugged out. They, like I said, because they think things are going to be better. They think 2021 is going to be better. And we ultimately know through the Spirit it's going to be worse. 2020 going to make 2021 going to make 2020 look like a cakewalk. So we understand us as the household of faith, man. We know it's going to get worse, but that's for our benefit. Lord willing, we be of that hopeful elect, that is. And it says, and sorrows, right? Sorrows, sadness, just pretty much negativity, anything that's negative to the feelings, to the emotions, shall come upon it on every side. Like I said, they're gonna, it's gonna hit you on all fronts. Pretty much like I said, it's gonna be sorrow, just pure sorrow, man. That's what the Lord's bringing, and He's bringing it because of why? Pretty much on the half of His elect. The days shall be shortened for the sake of His elect, because if they wasn't, no flesh shall be saved. We see these devils. You see ultimately what this is going to lead to, besides the machinations. It's going to lead to what? The implication of the mark of the beast, right? So so that's why we pray. That's why the days have to be shortened, so that the elect shall be saved. So each day going forward, man, we understand, man, like I said, that they going to be, hey, the Lord not going to slack. He going to keep applying that pressure, And ultimately what He going to do is, hey, after these last major prophecies come to pass, and then when He send Yahushua to crack through clouds with the holy angels, send the missiles over here to burn Babylon the Great, after the destruction shall lead to, during the destruction, salvation shall be given unto the hopeful elect. And Lord willing, we be a part of that number. So I hope this lesson was edifying to any sincere Akim after listening. Hey man, you need to come back to your power. You need to forsake your wicked ways. Repent and be converted and come back to your power. Those you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the rest of you speckled bird, who make up the house of Israel, who come back from this sea line of Israel, whose name was Jacob, which was changed to Israel, which is Yasha'Allah. He's the Prince of the power. So again, you need to, forsake your ways and come back to your power, so that you may, like I say, man, the world is about to go into great mourning and sorrows. So we understand that perilous times are ahead. So for you to be, hidden from those perilous times, like I said, you need to come back to your power. You need to believe on your power. Trust in them to preserve you through these perilous times that we're headed into. So again, hope this lesson was edifying to any sincere Akwaf out there listening. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, the our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushes great gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom, Yasha Allah, Abai, Babal.